Have you ever jolted awake between 3 and 5 a.m., staring at the ceiling and wondering why your body refuses to rest? What if those sleepless hours aren't just random, but your body's way of sending an urgent message? And here's the real surprise. The reason might not be in your mind, but in your hormones. If you're an older woman, waking up at these early hours can reveal powerful clues about your health, emotions, and even your long-term well-being. Today, I'll share 5 essential things you should do when this happens. Simple yet transformative habits that can turn restless nights into moments of calm and clarity. Stay with me until the end, because number 4 is the one most people overlook, and it could be the key to restoring balance and better sleep. Imagine this. You open your eyes in the quiet of the night and glance at the clock. 3:17 a.m. Again. Your mind starts racing. If I fall asleep now, I'll still get 3 hours. No, maybe 2.5. That pressure to force yourself asleep only makes things worse. The more you fight it, the more awake you become. You're not alone. Waking up between 3 and 5 a.m. is far more common than most realize, and it's not always a sign that something's wrong. But here's the truth. Panicking or trying to force sleep only intensifies the problem. Why? Because the moment frustration creeps in, your body releases cortisol, the stress hormone, and cortisol acts like nature's alarm clock, signaling your body to stay alert instead of winding down. So instead of fighting your wakefulness, there's a better way, a calm, mindful approach that works with your body, not against it. Wishing you restful nights, steady energy, and lasting peace. And remember to stay connected with Healthy Aging Blueprint for more insights into living your healthiest, happiest years ahead. When your body says, "We're awake now, deal with it," your nervous system jumps into overdrive. The irony is, the harder you try to force yourself back to sleep, the more alert you become. So instead of fighting it, let's change the approach. You can actually turn this 3 a.m. wake up into something calming and maybe even helpful. First, stop lying there frustrated. Sit up slowly, without snapping fully awake. That small shift in posture tells your brain you're taking control, not surrendering to restlessness. Then, focus on your breathing. Inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4, hold briefly, and exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. Repeat this a few times. Why? Because this kind of slow, rhythmic breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest response that quiets stress and balances cortisol. You'll feel your heartbeat slow and your muscles relax, like your body finally remembering it's safe to rest. Next, play detective. Ask yourself, what actually woke you up? Maybe your pillow's gone flat after months of use. Maybe your sheets have twisted around you like a vine, or the room feels stuffy, too hot, or suddenly chilly because a window was left cracked open. Small physical discomforts like these can trigger awakenings without you realizing it. Take a minute to fix them. Fluff your pillow, straighten the covers, adjust the thermostat. Science shows the ideal sleep temperature is between 60 and 67 degrees, cool enough to calm your body and help it drift back into deeper rest. And if you're slightly thirsty, sip a small glass of water before lying down again. Simple adjustments like these can mean the difference between hours of tossing and turning, or peacefully falling back asleep within minutes. Dehydration can be another silent culprit, so a small sip of water might help. The key is simple. Don't just endure those wakeful moments. Take charge of your environment. A few small changes can make all the difference. Now, here's where it gets fascinating. The hours between 3 and 5 a.m. aren't only about frustration. They've carried a strange, almost mystical reputation for centuries. You've probably heard the terms the witching hour or the hour of the wolf. But beyond old tales, history shows that some of the greatest minds actually embraced this time. Leonardo da Vinci used short naps throughout the day and night, claiming they sparked his creativity. Nikola Tesla reportedly slept just 2 hours a night, using the quiet of early morning to imagine inventions that would change the world. Those pre-dawn hours, when your mind floats between sleep and wakefulness, can actually be a hidden well of inspiration. Keep a small notebook beside your bed. Jot down whatever surfaces, a thought, a solution, or even something as simple as tomorrow's grocery list. You might be surprised how meaningful those sleepy ideas look in daylight. If writing isn't your thing, choose something light to calm your mind. Avoid your phone. The blue light only tells your brain it's morning and floods you with cortisol. Instead, visualize a peaceful scene, gentle waves along a shore or a quiet forest just before sunrise. And if your body feels tense, sit up, stretch slowly, roll your shoulders, and breathe deeply. The secret is to stop fighting those wakeful moments. Accept them, guide your body gently back to calm, and sometimes you'll find your best ideas, or your best rest, waiting right there in the stillness before dawn. Think of waking up at 3 a.m., not as a failure, but as a brief pause, a moment to reclaim control instead of fighting it. Sleep will return when your body is ready. Your only job is to create the right conditions, not to force the curtain down on wakefulness. So, the next time your eyes open in the quiet of the night, skip the panic. Breathe, adjust, and let those early hours work in your favor. They're not your enemy, unless you treat them like one. Now, let's move to something that often goes unnoticed. Hydration. Picture this. You wake up around 3:47 a.m. and something feels off. Your mouth is dry, your legs twitch restlessly, or maybe you're suddenly too warm, even though the room is cool. Sound familiar? The hidden culprit might be dehydration. While you sleep, your body quietly loses water through breathing and sweat, and by the middle of the night, it's running on empty. That dry mouth or uneasy feeling. It's your body's way of saying it needs a quick refill. But here's the thing. How you hydrate matters. Drinking water in the middle of the night isn't about gulping it down. It's about doing it smartly. Get this right, and you might find yourself slipping back into sleep more smoothly than before. The first rule: skip the ice-cold water. It shocks your system, making your body more alert instead of relaxed. What you want instead is calm, gentle rehydration, because your goal isn't to wake up, it's to drift back to rest. If you're feeling warm or restless, reaching for a cold drink might seem tempting, but that's a trap. Chugging icy water in the middle of the night is like tossing cold water on a sleepy cat. It shocks your system. Your stomach tightens, your body shifts gears, and suddenly, you're more awake than before. Instead, choose water that's room temperature or slightly warm. It's gentler, matches your body's natural rhythm, and helps you relax rather than awaken. Keep a small glass or bottle by your bedside. Nothing fancy, just enough to sip calmly without turning it into a full midnight mission. But here's the truth. Your body doesn't just crave plain water. Throughout the night, it loses essential minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Tiny but vital electrolytes that keep your muscles relaxed and your nerves steady. Ever wake up with a dull headache or that wired but tired feeling? That's your body signaling imbalance. The fix is simple. Add a small pinch of high-quality sea salt, Celtic or Himalayan works best, to your water. Just a few grains can restore balance without straining your kidneys. If salt isn't your thing, try a splash of lemon juice instead. It supports digestion, delivers potassium, and gives a light, refreshing taste. And if anxiety starts creeping in around 4 a.m., that familiar replay of an old conversation or worry that won't quit, there's another solution. Keep a small thermos of chamomile tea near your bed. Brew it lightly before sleep. Nothing too strong. Chamomile contains apigenin, a natural compound that helps your brain unwind and lowers nighttime tension. The gentle warmth soothes your throat. The floral aroma calms your senses, and before long, you'll find your thoughts softening. You stop overthinking and start drifting back into the peaceful rest your body truly needs. Warm chamomile tea or mineral-infused water hydrates your system gently, without overloading your bladder and forcing another trip to the bathroom an hour later. Why does this matter? Because dehydration doesn't just dry you out, It quietly disrupts your entire sleep rhythm. When your body runs low on fluids, your heart works harder, your temperature regulation falters, and even your muscles start to tense up. The result? You wake up restless, not realizing the cause. Smart hydration is like topping off your car's oil during a long trip. It's not about flooding the engine, just keeping it running smoothly. So, when you find yourself awake and parched, don't gulp down a glass of cold water and hope for the best. Instead, sip something warm, add a touch of minerals, or reach for a bit of chamomile. It's a small, calming ritual that turns a groggy moment into a peaceful reset. Your body, and your sleep, will thank you for it. Now, let's talk about another powerful signal your body may be sending. Imagine waking up at 4:12 a.m., not just tired, but with a strange weight in your chest, or an uneasy feeling you can't quite name. Maybe your mind starts replaying yesterday's worries or jumping ahead to tomorrow's stresses. Sound familiar? Here's something many overlook. Your emotions might be the real reason you're awake. According to traditional Chinese medicine, the body follows an internal clock that connects each organ to a specific time of day. Between 3 and 5 a.m., the lungs are at their most active, and in this system, the lungs aren't only about breathing. They're deeply tied to emotions like grief, sadness, and unresolved stress. So, if you often wake during these hours feeling anxious or heavy-hearted, it may not be random at all. Your body could be gently nudging you to address what's stirring beneath the surface. Practitioners of traditional Chinese medicine believe that during this time, your body isn't just processing oxygen, it's also working through emotional residue. Think of it as your inner cleanup crew, quietly sweeping away the weight of the day. If you've been carrying unresolved sadness, regret, or stress, the email you didn't send, the conversation you avoided, it can rise to the surface in those still, early hours. Modern science might explain it differently, but it agrees on one thing: emotional stress deeply impacts sleep. Studies show that when your brain tries to process emotional overload, it often triggers those early morning awakenings. Ever notice how worries seem louder at night? That's your mind amplifying what you pushed aside during the day. So, when you wake up feeling uneasy or heavy-hearted, don't just lie there and let it build. Sit up, take a breath, and gently ask yourself, what's really bothering me right now? Don't force an answer. Let whatever comes to mind appear naturally. Maybe it's a specific worry, or maybe it's a subtle ache you've been too busy to feel. Now's the time to release it. Keep that notebook by your bedside, the one you've been meaning to use, and jot down 3 thoughts, no matter how messy or random they seem. I'm frustrated with myself. I miss how things used to be. Why can't I sleep? Write it down and let it go. This simple act isn't about fixing the problem. It's about freeing your mind so it can rest again. Now, combine that emotional release with a physical one. Take 5 slow, deliberate breaths. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4, hold briefly, then exhale through your mouth for a count of 6. With every breath out, picture the tension leaving your body, like steam rising from a warm cup of tea. As you exhale, quietly say to yourself, I release this for now. It's a small ritual, but it carries power. You're not denying your emotions. You're simply allowing yourself to set them down for the night. Think of it as placing a bookmark in a heavy story. You can return to it later, but for now, you deserve rest. Science supports this simple practice. Journaling and mindful breathing have been proven to reduce anxiety and improve sleep by helping your brain offload what it can't process all at once. Psychologists call this externalizing cognition. It's like transferring mental clutter into organized files. One study from the University of Rochester found that writing about emotions for just 15 minutes a day lowered stress and improved sleep quality over time. Even jotting down a few lines in the dark tells your nervous system it's safe to relax. Combined with slow breathing, it shifts your body from fight or flight into rest and recover, lowering cortisol and inviting calm back in. Remember, 4 a.m. isn't the time for big breakthroughs or solving life's problems. It's a time to listen. If you wake feeling uneasy or heavy, don't fight it. Acknowledge it. Name it. Then let it go. Those early hours might be your body's way of asking for care, not action. Give yourself that moment of release. You may be surprised how much lighter you feel and how easily sleep returns. The clock glares back at you, its glow unrelenting. You've been tossing from side to side, twisting the sheets into knots that could rival a sailor's rope. Every minute feels like an hour, and the harder you try to stay still, the more your body rebels. Your neck stiffens, your legs twitch, and your mind keeps looping the same frustrated thought. Why can't I just fall asleep? Sound familiar? Here's the trap. Staying glued to the mattress only makes it worse. After about 15 minutes of tossing, your body isn't resting anymore. It's begging for a reset. Not a workout, not caffeine, just a gentle physical cue to release tension and calm the nervous system. Let's walk through a 1-minute sleep reboot, so simple it almost feels unfair. First, forget the idea that lying perfectly still will help. When your body's wired, stillness only traps the tension. Instead, sit up slowly. Lean against the headboard or let your feet rest on the floor, whichever feels natural. Start with your neck. It's probably tight after hours of awkward pillow wrestling. Drop your chin toward your chest, then gently roll your head to the right until your ear nears your shoulder. Breathe into the stretch. Then roll to the left. Repeat a few times, slow and easy. Feel the stiffness ease, the pressure soften. Next, move to your shoulders. They've likely crept toward your ears, clutching stress like it's their job. Lift them high, as if you're trying to touch the ceiling, then exhale and drop them down. Do this 3 or 4 times, matching each lift to an inhale, each release to a long, slow breath out. It's like pressing the reset button on your upper body, signaling that the tension of the day can finally let go. You might even hear a faint pop or crack. That's not a problem. That's your body saying, thank you. And as blood begins to flow again, you'll feel lighter, calmer, and closer to the restful state your body's been craving. If you're sitting up, try a gentle forward fold. No fancy yoga poses needed. Just hinge at your hips and let your hands slide toward your knees or the floor. Hang there for a few seconds, breathing slowly. Think of it as a quiet sigh for your spine. This simple stretch wakes up circulation, releases tension in your lower back, and helps your body remember how to relax after lying still for hours. Take a deep breath while you're there. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, and feel your rib cage expand. It's your body's way of saying, we're safe, everything's fine. Next, shake off the restlessness. Lift one leg at a time and give it a light jiggle, like you're shaking water off your foot. 10 seconds per leg is all it takes to drain that twitchy energy from your muscles. It might feel silly, but it works. Restless legs can sabotage your sleep, and this quick movement helps them settle down. Pair all this with slow, steady breathing. Inhale for 4 counts, exhale for 6, and your body starts to shift from alert to calm. It's like sending a memo to your nervous system. The night is peaceful again. If your hands or feet are cold, that's another clue your circulation is lagging. Cold extremities can make it harder to fall asleep. Rub your hands together briskly to create warmth, then cup them over your feet for a few seconds. The gentle heat soothes your nerves and tells your brain it's safe to drift off. Science agrees. Warm hands and feet help your core temperature drop slightly, signaling that it's time for sleep. A few simple movements and a bit of warmth can turn restlessness into rest, helping your body slide naturally back into slumber. It's 3:58 a.m., and your brain suddenly decides it's time for a marathon of thoughts. Did you lock the door? What's on your schedule tomorrow? Why did you say that embarrassing thing years ago? Every attempt to quiet your mind only seems to turn the volume up. You're wide awake, trapped in a loop of overthinking, and sleep feels impossibly far away. When your thoughts start racing like that, trying to just relax, is about as effective as asking a child to sit still after a sugar rush. But there's a powerful tool sitting right on your nightstand: sound. The right kind of audio can gently steer your restless mind back to calm. No willpower needed. Forget reaching for your phone. That blue light and dopamine spike will only make things worse. Instead, let's talk about a few sound-based tricks that can help you drift back to sleep naturally. First, try pink noise. You've probably heard of white noise, the static hum of a TV or fan, but pink noise is its softer, more sleep-friendly cousin. Imagine the soothing rhythm of rainfall, the hush of wind through trees, or waves breaking on a quiet shore. Unlike white noise, which blasts every frequency evenly, pink noise reduces the higher tones, creating a deeper, smoother sound that your brain finds calming. And there's science behind it. Studies show that pink noise helps synchronize your brain waves, guiding them toward the slower patterns linked to deep, restorative sleep. In fact, research from Northwestern University in 2017 found that pink noise not only improved sleep quality, but even enhanced memory the following day. So the next time your mind starts sprinting at 4 a.m., let sound do the work. A few minutes of gentle, rhythmic noise might be all it takes to lull your thoughts and your body back into rest. Keep a small speaker or a downloaded track nearby and set the volume low, just enough to hear without startling yourself. Let the sound of gentle rain or ocean waves fill the room as your thoughts begin to fade into the background. If pink noise doesn't quite suit you, or you want something more guided, try a short sleep meditation, just 5 to 10 minutes, nothing long or complicated. Picture a calm, steady voice guiding you through slow breathing or a simple body scan. Relax your toes, your calves, your shoulders. It's like a bedtime story for adults, easing your mind into stillness. Why does it work so well? Because it gives your brain a simple, soothing task, something boring enough to slow it down, but structured enough to interrupt the endless cycle of worries. You don't need any fancy apps either. There are plenty of free, ad-free tracks on YouTube or podcasts. Just test them first and keep the sound soft, almost like a whisper. The goal is for the voice to feel like a calm presence, gently guiding you back toward rest. Or, if you prefer something more neutral, try a monotone audiobook. Not an action-packed thriller, but something pleasantly dull. A book on gardening, old travel essays, or even a geology lecture. The steady, low-energy tone keeps your brain lightly engaged, preventing it from overthinking, while the lack of excitement helps you drift off. Think of it as background noise for the mind, soft, steady, and sleep-inducing. You might be surprised how fast you fall asleep when your thoughts have something calm to hold on to. Even a narrator describing the life cycle of moss can turn a restless night into a peaceful one. Set your device to a sleep timer so it doesn't play all night, and keep the volume low, just enough to blend softly into the background. Avoid anything with loud surprises or dramatic endings that could jolt you awake. Why does this method work so well? Because your brain loves rhythm. It's naturally drawn to steady, predictable patterns. When your mind is racing, sound helps shift it out of high gear, slowly guiding you toward calm and rest. Research supports this too. A 2013 review in sleep medicine found that consistent, low-level audio, like pink noise or guided meditations, reduces nervous system activity, helping you fall asleep faster. It's not about blocking your thoughts, but giving them a peaceful rhythm to follow. So the next time your mind starts running circles at 4 a.m., skip the phone and reach for sound. Whether it's gentle rain, a soft meditation, or a slow, soothing narration, keep it low, steady, and simple. Think of it as a lullaby for your busy mind, and before long, you'll drift back into deep, restorative sleep. There you have it. 5 powerful ways to turn those 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. wake-ups into moments of calm, healing, and self-discovery. I hope these insights help you reconnect with your body and rest more peacefully. Wishing you good health, happiness, and restful nights. And remember to subscribe to my channel, Healthy Aging Blueprint, for more practical wisdom to help you age well and live fully.